Okay, so we're going to start making the microbit dice. So in order to do that, we're obviously going to need to go to Microsoft Make Code. So we do that by searching Microsoft Make Code in the Google search bar and clicking on this first icon here. All right, once I'm in there, I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to name the project dice, and I might just add my initials on there, and I'm going to hit create. And when I'm in the project, I'm going to start coding my dice. Now, for this particular project, I don't actually need the on start or the forever button. So I'm just blocks. So I'm just going to throw them away so I have a clean working space. Now, in order for my dice to work, I need to have a particular input. And the input that I'm working on is a shake. So if you think about how a dice works, I shake it and then I roll it and then I get a number, right? So in this case, for my microbit to work as a dice, I need to give it an input, and the input is shake. So I do that by going input, and then the second option here is on shake, and I'm going to drag and drop that onto my pasteboard. Now that I've got my initial input or instruction there, I need to create a variable. And a variable is something that's going to change. So in this case, what's going to change is the roll, whatever number I roll. And remember, a normal dice has 6 numbers on there. So there are 6 options that I could roll. So the variable is the numbers 1 to 6, which is the roll, right? So I'm going to create this variable. So I'm going to click on variables and then make a variable. And I'm just going to call this roll. And you'll see when I press OK, I'll suddenly have access to some blocks that weren't there before. Okay. So I'm going to use this first one too, that says set roll to 0. And I'm going to drag and drop that inside there. Now, what I want to happen is, even though the roll is, so at the moment the roll is set for 0, but I want the roll to pick a number from 1 to 6 randomly. Okay, so a random number. So I'm going to put a piece of instruction in here, or a piece of code in where the 0 is, to essentially tell the microbit, hey, pick a random number. So the roll is a random number from 1 to 6. Okay. So I do that using the math blocks. And when I scroll down, I have an option, pick random 0 to 10. So I'm going to pick that one up, drag, and drop that inside that circle. And then I can change my numbers in here. So right now there's 0 to 10. I'm going to make them 1 to 6. Okay, so right now I've told the microbit I'm going to shake you. You've got a variable called roll, and that roll is any number from 1 to 6. Okay, now I need to give it an instruction on what I want it to do with that information. So I want to see the number, don't I? I want to be able to see it as a picture or as dots on my LEDs here. Okay, and those dots are going to change based on whatever number I roll. So if I roll a 2, for example, I want to see 2 dots. If I roll a 4, I want to see 4 dots. So there's a couple of things I need to include here. One of those things is called a branch, okay? So this is like an option for the microbit. And so it kind of will use that option based on whatever result or condition it gets. So that one's actually located in logic. And you can see it says here, if true, then. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to pick this up, drag, and drop it inside my block there. Okay, so now I need to give it the condition. And the condition is the number that I roll, right? So if I roll a 1, I want a 1 dot, a picture of a 1 dot, okay? So I need to put this condition inside here where it says true. To do that, I'm going to go back into this logic, and you can see I've got a block here called comparison, and it lets me do this equals this, okay? So it's almost like a scale, a comparative scale. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to pop it inside. See how it fits quite nicely in there? I'm going to drop it in there. And I want to say if the roll is 1, then do what's in here. Okay, so I have to put in the condition or the variable, which is roll. So back in variables, this roll. And then over here, I put in the number 1. Okay, so I've now said if the roll is equal to 1, then I want to see a LED picture of 1 dot. Okay, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to press plus, and I'm going to say, right, now I've got 1. I'm going to duplicate that, and you can see I did that. I'll show you again. Click, left click, duplicate. If the roll is equal to 2, okay, I want to see 2 dots. So plus, and it's opened up another one. If I can't duplicate, I can just build it again by going back into logic and variables. So this time, if the roll is equal to 3, then I want to see, you guessed it, 3 dots. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'll just keep going based on the number that I've put in here. So since I've said 6, I'm going to make 6 of these conditions or branches. So else if the roll is equal to 4, then I want to see 4 dots. And again, 5. So I'm building it out properly. So logic to get the comparative block, variables to get that little roll block, and then change that number to 5. I'm going to put in 2, 3, 4. There's 5. And I'm going to do one more. Roll is equal to 6. I'm going to, there we go, 6 dots. All right, now you can see I've got an extra yucky bit here that I don't need. I'm just going to press minus, and that'll make that go away. And now let's check it. If I'm going to shake, I'll press play, shake, 6, 5, 3. And there it goes. And that's how I make my microbit dice. Have a go at doing one yourself. I look forward to seeing your photos.